318. The retirement for Dustin Poirier. He decides to hang up the gloves, and even at the end of the fight, he's like, "Yeah, you know what? I definitely don't have it." So I don't think we have to worry about him trying to come back in like a year back. Oh, I got the itch again. I think he kind of realized at the end of that it's not quite there. The biggest question with it is where does Dustin Poirier rank all time? He is a former interim champion. I want to pop this up to you because I want us to look at this. This is his resume. We're just going to focus on his UFC resume, going back to the very beginning. His initial fight was against Josh Crispy, a guy who was supposed to potentially fight for a title at the time, but the champion got injured. Gets a victory there. Max Holloway's first fight in the UFC. He welcomed into the UFC with a submission, with a first round submission. Chan Sung Jung, one of the most exciting guys at 145 at the time. Jonathan Brookins, a tough Ultimate Fighter finalist. Cub Swanson, one of the original 145ers. Eric Koch, another guy who was supposed to fight for the title at this point, but the champion got injured. Diego Brandao, an Ultimate Fighter winner. Conor McGregor, the weightlifting champion of 2025, I suppose. We have Yancy Medeiros, Diego Ferreira, Michael Johnson, Jim Miller, the most fights in UFC history. Eddie Alvarez, former lightweight champion. Anthony Pettis, former champion. Justin Gaethje, former interim champion. Max Holloway at this point was a champion when he fought him in the rematch. Khabib, champion. Dan Hooker, top 5 currently. Connor, weightlifting fiasco. Charles Oliveira, former champion. Michael Chandler, really good random clickbait yelling into the microphone at the end of fights even when he loses. Justin Gaethje again. Islam Makhachev. His resume is so outstanding. He's fought everybody in the nicest, most respectful way possible. He is the Charles Barkley, not the Karl Malone, because Karl Malone's a piece of shit and Dustin Poirier's a good guy. But those type of guys, like the Dan Marino of the UFC, like the best.
He's the John Stockton, is what you're trying to say.
Even John Stockton's kind of good. He's the ultimate guys
well,
to never win it.
So. Jeff Hornacek. Yeah. He's the Jeff Hornacek.
There you go. Like just those guys that have never won. Dan Marino, so on and so forth. The guys that were the best fighter in my UFC fighter to not hold undisputed gold. He does have an interim title to his name. I would say he has the case for that. A surefire Hall of Famer, in my opinion, paid in full. The Diamonds are forever. And you look, he fought everybody. You look back at this, it's never like, wow, I wish he'd have fought that guy. He was always there. Maybe you could say, I wish he'd have fought Nate Diaz. That fight got canceled. It's not like he avoided or ducked him or sat around. Maybe wish he would have fought Jose Aldo, but he didn't quite get the title shot at the time. You look at all these names. It's a who's list. An incredible fight career. And I still think, as of right now, he is the best UFC fighter to never hold undisputed gold. I think that makes him a surefire Hall of Famer in the nicest way possible. Dan Marino, Charles Barkley, etc. of the UFC. Not Karl Malone. Not doing that one again.
Yeah, no, I love the fact that, we've talked about him before on the show. He's a guy that has no problem standing in the middle of the ring and just duking it out. And at the end of the fight with Holloway, it was like, oh, well, hold on. I don't have this anymore. Let me just rap and I'm making a business decision because I'm going to be on camera here. And if that's your first time ever watching Poirier, that's not how he actually fights. That's not normal for him. That was definitely his swan song. And like, he knew it at that point in time. It's like, all right, yeah, I'm not going to.
That's where Max what's best for. Yeah, when Max was that fast too, he's like, I'm not going face down in my final fight ever. I'm not face planting. You will not let me go out like this in a fight that I've already lost.